Hobbies Puppets. Please make sure to follow our guest over at Purple Herons Gardens on Facebook. Dude, you almost had a thousand people for a group too, man.
We're at we just actually hit over 800 the other day.
Yeah, man, I seen that the other day and was like, whoa, he's almost at 1K. And some of that stuff goes slow if you are like if you watch what's coming in and stuff.
And we do a lot of that. We're very strict with the filtration process. I've got a good team of admins and moderators that are really good at their job, and that's kind of the reason why the numbers are still kind of low a year in, is because we don't just let any account in. We filter out a lot of the bots, the fake accounts, the scammers, you know, we don't want any of that drama coming in.
Right, right. Well, and with any group of more than five, you're gonna get issues, man, because everybody is themselves, and in a group, you usually like condone, or yeah, you want people to be themselves, you know. And
Right.
so it's nah, man. It's kind of cool watching communities grow and everything. And there's a lot of growing groups out there. So what separates your growing group from another growing group?
Well, I don't really like to call it a grow group. We're more of a, I like to call it more of our own little community of folks that are already in the community. So it's just an extra little group where you can come and express, share your grows, ask for any advice. And I mean, your funny memes, any of the above, man. People are sharing things and posting things in there daily. So it's, you know, we're pretty free when it comes to what you post in there, as long as it's not going to get anybody in trouble. The biggest thing is trying to keep everybody safe that's in the
Yeah.
group. We're going to try to start kicking off some waffles and different things like that, maybe some fundraisers. But, when it comes down to that, where you're getting involved with, paying things and payment options and personal information, we just want to make sure everybody's safe. That's the biggest thing.
So so posting grows and stuff. Do you post? You allow people to post other than your beans? I mean, do you have your own set of beans? That was I kind of jumped all over you.
Nope, nope. I'm not a breeder at all. I just like to grow. Uh,
Okay.
I like to think I'm not smart enough really to get into the breeding, and I think it's a lot more work. So kudos to the guys out there that can do it, but I prefer just to grow their art and show it off.
I was overwhelmed at first, but for me, when I do breeding, I do for what I want in a plant that comes from my hands, and I seek it out. Like that's how I grow and breed. Is the taste that I want people to go, holy fuck, puppet, with, and I'll go and search for that.
Yeah, I always tell myself that one day I'll feel like I've learned enough about growing that I can kind of move on to that. But the truth is, I learned something about growing every every couple weeks. You know what I mean? I'm always learning on that. I always consider myself never master. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, right, right, dude. Because you could have a successful year, and then the next year, like fucking, like us, we moved to a different area, and we experiences different situations, I guess, is what you can say. Like ants were eating stuff. I mean, yeah, it's I'm up north in the upper Michigan. I've never had a plant overrun by red ants. I've never had one eating the bark. And I sat and I would watch it because as I'm learning, that's what I'm doing. I'm learning. I'm like one plant. Basically, I let it I I let it get attacked because I wanted to watch.
For sure, man. Let's so I'm actually currently in like near Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm between Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio right now.
Uh,
Um, I have property in Upper Michigan, not the UP, but the Upper Mid.
okay,
Um, and up there, this
beautiful.
the difference in what you can grow and what you can do in a season is amazing. Like here, I can put some things in the ground and they'll be 7, 8, 9 feet tall by the end of the year. Up there in a pot above ground. The season was so short, I don't think they got above 4 or 5 feet. Like it's just
Yeah, no, you actually, yeah, I found out even living in the UP, you had to start it out 2 months early. And if you wanted a good outdoor year yield, put it out when it already had like 60 days of veg, man. You
yeah,
know, and the being is because most places, even in the UP, you have to like start that shit flowering before winter even comes, before the time is. So you actually like we there a lot of people had ropes and cords so they could do drop cloths and get the shit to change before the cold months. Yeah,
I
because there
really
almost isn't the 60 days of 12s.
yeah, I was wanting to do the light depth and try to get some shade, the light depth cloth going to try to get flowering going earlier, but financially I hit a wall. We had to have a big fundraiser. The community came together, helped raise me some money to get through the harvest. Really,
Okay.
the light depth thing I wanted to do. I'm really considering upping the game on the greenhouse this year, and I'm also going to be so the beans are popped already for what's going to be started for outdoors.
Oh, nice, nice,
So
nice.
I'm hoping to
I
have a little
also
more head start.
that if you can build a like a screen cloth net and you put it out each like couple hours at nighttime for the 12s or whatnot, you can get that started in July, if need be. Because even cloth, like the not cloth, but like the screen, that screen like clothy mesh stuff,
Yeah,
shadow stuff. Yeah, we had that over some plants and it put it into flowering. That's we were putting plants out in the springtime, 60 days, and while it was those cold months of like before June and the June, those cold things, because up north is colder yet.
yeah,
We were flowering that stuff, and man, I even tried that down here, but I yeah. You get spider mites in there, and then the spider mites eat it, and nothing can get in because of that cloth mesh. And yeah, it sucked.
we had to leave. We had a grunts, which was sativa dominant, and we left it because it was still required probably 5 or 6 weeks of flower, and we were already in the midst of the middle of October, closing to the end of October, and the temperatures there were so cold already that it was like I'm not waiting. I'm not going to wait 6 more weeks up here. She's just got to stay. So she just had to stay and rode out the rest of her life, and now she's all dead and wilted up, and so sometimes you got to take a loss with it, man. But it was all part of a learning curve for me up
Yeah.
there this year. Again, everything's kind of been new and quick over the last year. I acquired the property November of 22, and then 23 over that season was our first grow. So up there on that property, on that side.
Okay.
So hopefully this year we'll go in it with a better game plan, which we're already kind of starting right now, and that'll all pay off and show off in the success of the harvest in the end of 24.
Oh yeah, once you can do it, it's awesome. But yeah, that it gets cold up there really freaking quick, and yeah, and your 12-hour lights, you almost yeah, you don't you have to figure out how you can even if you shadow grow it. But then if you shadow grow it, you can't like in the trees to get it to force the flower. If you put the buckets in there, you're not getting the bud development you want from the lights. Yeah, it's tough
Yeah.
trying to do the logistics. It's not like where you could just come into a warehouse and just have pure light, dude, and controlled temps.
Yep. And before we started this adventure, I said, you know what? I'd love to have a pole barn, but I think it's going to be too expensive to build the pole barn, furnish it with lights, all the equipment that we would need to do that successfully. over just doing an outdoor hoop house setup. But I'll tell you what, man, I have a really kind of chintzy built, but it worked hoop house that we built out of PVC pipe and the greenhouse plastic and some
Uh-huh.
panels for walls. Um, but now over this winter, I've been pricing an actual greenhouse, like the polycarbonate wall panels, the metal EMT framing,
Ooh.
open and close. And, I'm thinking since the business is now legit, we have an LLC. Um, I'm thinking about this year utilizing a bank business loan and just taking out the money to get that greenhouse, and then
Ooh.
that would just ensure the success for this
Yeah.
season.
Right. Yeah. Well, you could Appalachian grill that shit too, and get your like your best. Like make the big bushes and the 25 galloners and stuff. You know.
So this past year we used 65-gallon pots outside.
Oh wow, dude! That sounds beautiful, man. That must have been huge.
Yeah, so they were some good bushes, but they didn't really get as big as I anticipated. Again, because of the short season, like everything just started flowering way earlier. Um, by the time we were able to even get the stuff outside, it was already mid June, and I think if I'd have went out a little earlier for where I was at, the sun and how it moves and stuff, I think wouldn't have hit any re-veg, and I could have got some bigger plants. But I'm gonna go at it this year, just starting earlier, going with good genetics, and getting them bigger before we go outside.
Wow.
And then,
Wow,
like I said,
man.
hopefully we can get that good professional greenhouse put up this year, and if we can, that'll just make everything easier to deal with. Man, the humidity is insane in Michigan to deal with.
You mean like moldy pot?
Yeah, so just keeping that
Yeah.
away, keeping the humidity down through flower, especially in an outdoor grow in Michigan, upstate. Like,
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if you've ever been down south, but let's say a puppet was to put a seed out in the boot state, dude, where it's humid as fuck. You got to take in consideration of if you do that, like these companies that are coming from Missouri that have license through the school because that's how you get your medical license to grow down here. So they're contracted through the school, but let's say Missouri, like if they didn't don't if they grow out try to grow outside, they got to realize that the humid alone, that's 110 degrees onto a plant and soggy and mold. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, dude. It's not good.
so the ideal humidity for a plant in any stage of flower is really, your preferred is like 50 or lower, 40, 30%. You can even take it to that. In Michigan at nighttime, it was between 85 and 100% humidity every night. And that was at like, as soon as the sun went down, it skyrocketed. It went,
Well, because it's cool. You get that cool ocean, the Great Lake breeze coming in, and it pushes all that water moisture, and that water moisture gets in your buds in between. If you don't, yeah, like,
so
dude,
we were running two or three big dehumidifiers at all times and large fans just circulating air inside. And then we had fans on the ends moving air in and out. And it was just a never ending process, just a never ending process of controlling the humidity. What's up?
wow, man. So you do that outside, so the humidity is catching it outside, or it was in the building?
So it's in a hoop house basically, is where we did.
Oh, okay, all right. I was confused for a second. I was like, what?
Yeah, so it was just a hoop house. So just your basic greenhouse plastic 6 mil
Yep, yep,
over
yep.
top. And then we had a bunch of fans just moving the air, man. Once we got all the fans finally through the fundraiser and stuff, we were able to get the humidity to go down. And again, we did lose some with some bud rot. We lost the Blue Dream. We lost over half of that plant. But I was real vigilant with it. I didn't want to take any chances. So if I saw any, the whole branch came off. Like I took no chances. I threw away a lot of good cannabis this past year just to be safe.
Oh, wow.
But I ended up with a lot of good because again, after we got, but again, the Blue Dream started flowering way before anything else. So as we got into the humidity issues. What's up, Lexi? As we got into the humidity issues without the fans, the early stage flowering plants, it wasn't affecting as bad at the moment. But that Blue
Uh-huh.
Dream being 5 weeks in the flower at 100% humidity, it just ate it up. So out of a whole plant, I think I was only able to save a quarter pound of it, which is very little.
Oh, wow. Wow. So genetics, like each year, like what are you growing? Are you growing on yield? Are you growing on like terps? Are you growing for what's gonna sell? I mean,
None of the above, honestly. I spent, I'll give you a little history lesson real quick. I spent 2 years just buying seeds. Um,
okay.
a lot of those came from overseas. Um, one main website, Attitude Seed Bank.
Oh, I like attitude.
I just got a bunch. I just, would pick through and see, random things that I liked, whether it had old school genetics or purples or something like that in it. Um, and I would just acquire those. And then once I got in with the Grow Fam, the seeds just started coming left and right, man, from, everybody. Grow Fam, Ebb and Flow. I've got Mythics now. I've got Tarantulas. I've got a little bit of everybody. Sofems. Um,
Right.
so right now, all I did was go based off of age of seeds, and I kind of went through and picked out some of the oldest seeds, and I'm just working my way through the seed bank, and I'm just picking them out and dropping them and seeing if they germinate.
Huh. Right.
And then I think this year I'll burn up a lot of those seeds that I've been hanging on to for a while. But this right here that I'm doing right now, when I said I spent those 2 years acquiring seeds, I still had a job then. I went to work every day. I worked 60 hours a week. I had a great career, great job. I was in management. Um, and then I bought the property and I had the bank and I said, you know what? I'm quitting my job. I'm doing this thing this year and I'm going to make it work. And we did that. So this year is like I said, the first year was a test run, learning curve. This year coming up is going to be the year that we really go hard. So
Oh, sweet, dude. Sweet, man. I can't wait to see how hard you guys go. It's right. This is the start of it, though, man. It's already in the February almost. So yeah, this is where you start following, making your little pop list, and start getting everything ready, dude, for the outdoors.
oh yeah, we're getting covered in a lot of rain and stuff here right now where I'm at, but we were going to make a trip up to the property to stay. Where it's pretty cold, but we have a camper. We can stay in that with heat. We got a generator. Everything's cool. But we ended up getting hit with like a foot of snow up there, so we had to postpone the trip to go up. And we're still trying to schedule that now. We're waiting for the snow to melt.
Oh yeah, crap! If it's anything like how it is in the UP, the snow is usually it's at the, yeah, you're looking like not usually until like March or whatnot, and
Yeah,
even then it's too freaking cold. You're still at like 30 degrees at night sometimes, if not 20.
yeah. So it was like 35 yesterday during the daytime, and I've got a 1,000 foot, roughly 1,000 foot driveway to get to my property from the street,
Oh.
and I'm not plowing that. So I'm just gonna wait for it to melt a little, and we'll get back there sooner or later.
Yeah, then down here we're at 58. That's our cold now. Like yeah, we had all our cold. Now it's starting to get warm. I mean, the fish are gonna run in the Gulf, and it's gonna be a heck of a fishing time by like March.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You said you're in Florida?
No, we're in the boot state. Yeah, we're in Louisiana where it's
Uh,
fun and stuff.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in the boot state, and it's like we're on one big vacation. Like even if we, Jade would have us go and work, which she wants us to. Even if we did work, it would we would still feel like we're on vacation, dude. I keep trying to tell her that, baby, if we go and work, that's just
Yeah.
fishing money, and we're gonna piss it on fishing. It won't go to food. It will go to fishing.
Right.
Oh wait, that is food.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
feel
we got, dude.
that.
Yeah, it's fun down here, man. If you and the wife ever on vacation, you guys want to go have some fun, man. It's a stoner puppet. You can go have fun in the boot state. It's not as fun as Florida, but we got the golf, we got the beach, and you got gators too. And I don't know. There's a lot of history down here.
Oh yeah. When you text me earlier, you said you just got back from Mardi Gras.
Yeah, yeah. So Mardi Gras is like a whole month thing, dude. There's like from just communities upon communities, and just yeah.
Oh yeah. I've never been to that. That looks like a good time though.
Oh yeah. So like February 10th, we're trying to get Jade. Oh no, February 13th, we're trying to get Jade to take us to this THC bar in Lake Charles because that's the bigger Mardi Gras parade with the bigger floats. And then also we're trying to still weasel our way up to NOLA somehow with Jade, so she take us and go have fun and go like that whole historic, like what everybody hears with the boobies and the fun. Not that they flash boobies, but you'll see some drunken, puking people in the streets. But that's not why we want to go. We want to go because the beads, dude. We saved Jade's. We saved a couple lives today by putting our puppet head in front of beads that were about to hit her in the head. In fact, somebody threw a frisbee and one of the kids before we could get out. Hands up! Boom.
Oh wow.
The kid got it right in the face.
Well, man,
Yeah, it's dangerous.
you should do some lives while you're out and about sometime.
Right, dude. Even the Mardi Gras here, they start drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning. The parade isn't until 3, so they drink driving around the state, or the county and the parish, getting drunk, and then these adults are throwing beads at kids. Of course, people are gonna get hurt.
Yeah, man, you do a whole series of adventures like puppets go boating, puppets wrestle,
Right, dude.
puppets do
Yeah.
Mardi Gras.
When puppets do Mardi Gras. Right, man. Dude, it's how, as they drive by today, it was, ring a puppet! Who can get the beat out of puppet? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Oh, we got one.
Sounds like a good time.
Right. Well, I don't know if you drink or whatnot. We try not to get into the spirits, and if we do, we try to watch ourselves. So too much fun. But when we do let her loose, we just let her loose. But
No, I really I couldn't tell you the last time I did drink. Honestly, I'm just a smoker, man. I enjoy smoking. I smoke all day long.
oh, yeah, we know a canna chef in New Orleans that when we go there, she mixes us a THC drink with a little bit of what was that thing? The with the tincture with the slurp, the hurricane.
When was that, baby?
No, like a fucking like I don't
Six
know.
months ago?
Yeah, but still, you're supposed to be the bright one.
Doesn't mean I have a memory.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, she made us a mixology drink, and I guess she's like an official royal baker to a Mardi Gras parade. So yeah, we're trying to get front row seats to that shit.
Nice.
Yeah, and she makes edible king cakes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, And that's a big thing down here is a king cake. Jade, after the pipes out of your mouth, can you explain to the crowd of two people in Curtis Fisher what a king cake is?
It is bread that you can either bake or fry. You stuff it with cream cheese or fruit filling, cinnamon, sugar, and then you cover it with icing that is usually in the colors of green, purple, and gold, and you shove a baby in it and hope that nobody chokes on the baby.
Yep, it's true. That is true.
And you pass it around. Oh, and you have to leave the knife in the box. It's like a rule.
Okay.
Because nobody really claims who left the knife in the box, but it's always available for when somebody wants a piece.
Right on.
Yeah, a lot of weird culture down here, man. It's
You got me and shove a baby in it.
yeah, dude, that's what originally I came down here. We met a girl, and I fell in love with the scenery, the cultures, the gators. I mean, nothing beats paddling and being chased by a freaking gator in a kayak with your ventriloquist buddy.
Yeah. No, man, I've like I said, that's a place I'd always love to visit, man. Me and Kylie, I think that's on our bucket list for sure.
Oh, nice, dude. We just found out that what is the dispensary that's going to get built next to us?
It's Medicis Pharmacy by Good Day Farms.
Medicis from Good Day Farms, and I guess Good Day Farms is a Missouri company as well.
I believe so, yeah. I think I've heard some folks talk about that.
Yeah. I think the way the laws are down here, I think as a double felony, us puppets still might be able to get a job at a dispensary down here because it's ran through the school, not through a state legislature.
Okay.
Like, I don't think it's written if you're a felon, you can't do it.
I'm not sure about that either. I've been interested though because I myself have those in my background.
Yeah, I got two. I got the I can't wait blues where you got arrested for not waiting until it was legal in your state. I got that twice.
Yeah, I got a few of those. Yeah. But yeah, man, I think I've never really been interested in getting a job at a dispensary though. I put a dispensary, like I love to grow, but I would never want to grow, I think, on a commercial scale, like too large of a scale, because then you lose. It's more like a job, and it's more just about the money, and it's not about really what you're putting out. I find a huge quality loss sometimes at most of the dispensaries I visit when it comes to just the flower alone.
Right. Well, see, but oh man, that just means you need to get a job in the higher up in management, and you can be the quality control, you can be the customer service control, you can be the change.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But I don't know if I'd have time to grow though if I was doing that.
Well, no, but even us puppets we're looking at, we're like, oh, well, we'll go get a retail job over there, we'll walk, and because the additional creating doesn't pay the same as a full steady, whatnot. So
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could look at it too. Like, I guess if you worked at the dispo, you could get a pretty good discount, an employee discount or something for the products.
Yeah, but enough. I brought you on because you entertain us, not because I entertain. Hey, thank you so much for coming on, too, dude. As it is, man. Hi, Kim Cooper. Kim Cooper's my boss. I know she always likes talking to people, and her and Sir Steve-O actually interview cannabis orientated companies out there.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, I said she'll probably watch the replay and see if you'd be right for their show. But yeah, they're a lot better at interviews than I am. I call it what it is: getting stoned with a puppet.
Yeah, that's really what my show is about too, man. We don't really have a agenda we follow. Like I said, we've done like just open mics. I struggle sometimes getting some guests to come up on the show. So I mean, if anybody watches this wants to come on, hit me up right here, Purple Hairs Gardens. Um, but I just try to go with the flow, man. If we got to do an open mic, we just read comments and answer questions, or if we have a topic, we'll touch on that. But we just kind of go with the flow. I like your idea, just getting high with a puppet.
Right, dude. Right, man. Right. Well, and dude, so much like in life going on, and it's like this is to me the internet. When you open up that phone and you're scrolling for something to watch, you got like 5, 10 minutes before you gotta go be you again, you know. And sometimes you're opening it up just to cool and relax. And so, I mean, for me, that's kind of how I thought that's how my bread and butter was going to be. I would sit there with Puppet on for 8 hours and you just pop in as you want throughout the day during the show, Puppet Show, and you just relax. If I can get a little bit of and you go out, you do your job again. But
I,
yeah.
I enjoy watching it just for that reason. Most of
Hmm.
the time, whenever I tune in for yours, it's just pop in, say hey, show some love, and just laugh for a few minutes, man, and then get back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I can't wait, man. It's we got this cartoon screenplay thing that we're gonna do, and if I don't know if we're getting flown out to London or what the fuck where the lady lives, like for all the recording, or if we're gonna do the recording overseas or what, you know. But like, I mean, when I get opportunities like that, that's like holy shit. That's like a puppet's gone to London fucking video. Holy fuck!
That's awesome, though, man. That's awesome.
Right. Too bad I don't know any Netflix people. Maybe you gotta film it first and then be like, hey, check out this 5 minute scene to this movie I made.
What you do is you look on the bottom of the website and you find the customer support email, and you just send them a clip. It's like the part where you're
Right.
supposed to complain about something, but you just send them a video clip. Maybe that lady will laugh, and then she'll send it up the chain for you.
Yeah, right. Or you're risking like that weed lady that owned the dispensary and that guy came in from Hollywood. She pitched her idea and shit. And a week later, she saw the billboard advertising her idea for the show and she wasn't even in her own fucking idea.
Yeah, that does happen in real
Yeah,
life.
right. Yeah, because I guess she even called up Snoop Dogg and was like, "Hey, Snoop, did you put a billboard outside my door making fun of me?" And he's like, "Dude, I like you, but not no like $15,000 gonna put a whitey on a billboard like you."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh man, ah, oh the
How
life
many
of life,
viewers we got in the house
bro.
right now?
Huh?
How many viewers we got right now?
We got 2 viewers. Yeah. Our IWK shows aren't the biggest. I think my most viewers was probably 20. They come for the artist sometimes, and the following of the artist sometimes comes. But again, I'm not really a numbers person. What I find is going to be entertaining with the puppet, and I just make it work.
Right.
And if people enjoy it, they enjoy it, and if they don't, they don't. And
Oh yeah, man. And I guess that's what I said earlier, man. We've got uh, between the page and the group. I think the page has maybe a little over 500 members, and the group is, like I said, just over eight. Um, I know groups that have started since I've started mine that are in the thousands. But again, my mods and my admins, they filter every request, every invite, and then we have a program set up for spam. If we notice a spam post that's about to get posted or restrictions on how they're posted, so as long as you're coming in and you're just there to share pics of your grows or ask some questions or share some memes, if you're coming in with an agenda, we're gonna find out and we're gonna remove you. Like we don't like the agenda people. Like you know what I mean?
Oh
Scam.
yeah. Oh no, I get it, dude. I get it, man. Yeah. Fuck, dude. I love the growth. I love the growth thing, dude. In fact, I was unprepared as much as I wanted to be. I wanted to show some of your pictures of your girls on the StreamYard, but I got a little hide and stuff, and I wasn't where I could have keenly been.
Well, I think I have access to share screen. Um, let me see what I can pull up here. This would be of this year, this past year.
I want to. If you have a picture of the 65-gallon bucket, I want to see the thing. Dude, it's 25 gallons is my biggest that I ever seen a girl up close. Like that I got to put my hands, a little part of the feeding while the owners of the property were out mething it out. Like I worked for a meth head. So when him and his partner would go and binge together, like they they were best buddies, and they would disappear for like 10, 20 days, and I was just stuck watering and whatnot while they were gone, dude. So I was the plant sitter, as you may.
He said when they were methed out. All right. If that should be, yep, I was gonna say that's the below zero from ebb and flow genetics right there. That's in a 65-gallon pot. That is a 6-foot ladder stood up next to it.
Wow.
And the one behind it should be the start of the 4 blueberry muffins back there.
What's the yield on something like that?
So on that, I got just about a pound and a half, pound and 3/4.
Wow. Off of one plant, 1 pound, 3/4.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like I said, here I can do 2.5 plus, like anywhere between 2.5 and 2 3/4 per.
So are you pre-amending that soil, or are you buying it all pre-amended, or?
So the soil that we used this year was all pre-bag soil. So we went with the ProMix HP Myco bale, and then we found a place locally that sold a product called Michigan Medium, and they had a veg and a bloom deal. So it was actually on sale because it was in the spring. So we bought a bunch of bags of that, a bunch of cubes, the bales of the HP Myco mix, and we just blended that together with some ocean forest as well. So that was all pre-bag mixed together soil. But this year we're going to be going with a different. We haven't landed on an exact one yet, but we're going to be going with a different method of soil mix this year. But yeah, that was all pricey soil. It was expensive to buy it because it was all some name brand stuff. But other than that, we used a Humboldt County's own line for the nutrients, and that's the whole lineup. So I think it's like an 8 or 10 bottle nutrient line, and then we also used Real Growers Recharge on those. So and those were taken up. Those were taken outside in a 5-gallon pot. Let me see if I can go back and find some of the earlier days.
Wow.
Here we go. Hopefully that'll change. Nope, it didn't. Go ahead and pull that one down. Let me put this one back up. Where I put it there? Share screen. So this was kind of an earlier shot right here. That was like when we first took them up. That's how big they were when they came out of that 5-gallon pot sitting in between those two bags
Oh wow.
when we transplanted them. So they were needing to come out of that 5-gallon pot for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. So they were in need of getting transplanted when we took them outside. But that was before we even had the hoops up, any of the walls up, and they stayed like that. But you can see on the mirror on the right side of the picture, it was actually raining heavily that day, and we quickly learned that the rest of the season was going to stay that way, wet.
Oh yeah, with all that moisture and crap. I bet you loved it and hated it all at the same time.
I collected in that water tank back there in the back of the picture, in one day of rain from like 6 a.m. to that evening at 6 or 7 o'clock that night, I filled that whole water container, collecting water off the runoff of that shed sitting behind it, a 10 by 12 shed.
Oh wow.
300, that's a 300-gallon tank, so 300 gallons in one day.
Oh wow. How far are you from Marty? Like not too far if you're up north.
So I'm south of Grayling, if you know where
Okay.
Grayling is.
Yep.
So it's like 6 hours. It's a journey. It's a journey up there.
Right.
That's beautiful, man. I love it. It's a 5-acre property. Got it for a steal. I couldn't have passed it up. I actually made the drive to go meet the realtor, spent the night in the hotel, got up the next morning. And when we got there, there had already been 2 people to look at the property, and it had only been listed for one day. So when I got back there and looked at it, I logged back. The realtor was like, "What do you think?" I said, "Give me 5 minutes. Let me see where the sun is, and I'll tell you." And when I went back and I seen where the sun moved from the left to the right over the property, directly over where I wanted, where the flat spot was, where it was all nice and open.
Yeah.
I said, "Let's do it, bro." And in like 36 hours, that spot was mine, and the dream was on. So
Right. Are you gonna start adding stuff like the water and like all the extra mounds and
yeah. So when I first tried to look into getting, the amenities, the electric, the septic, the well, I had to get into permits and all that stuff. And I applied for those permits. And then when I made the phone calls to get quotes on electric, they said, "Do you have a basement foundation?" I said, "No." They said, "Do you have a well and septic?" I said, "No, not yet. I just need power." And they go, "Okay, so we can run you out like a temporary camper power, but that'll run you about $20,000. I said, "What if I had the basement foundation, the septic, and the well?" And he was like, "It'd be about $2,500. And I was like, "So I have to spend the 12,000 on a well, the 15 on a septic, and the 10 to 15 on a foundation, and then
yeah.
the 2,000." So, but that's just how it goes. Because, like I said, I'm so far back off the road. It's just a process. So,
Oh yeah. That's gonna be for internet. You're gonna only have satellite options probably. Yep.
so we went this whole 2023. We went off of a big gas powered and propane powered. You can do either one generator. It ran the whole spot, the camper, the pumps, the water, everything we needed ran off of that generator, but it took 10 gallons of gas a day to run that generator from morning till night, until the next morning again. You know what I mean? We had to fill it up. So we kept about 4 or 5 gallon gas cans on hand in the shed at all times. Whenever we went back into town to do anything, we grabbed the gas cans, kept them filled. And just lived off grid, man. Like Kim just said, lived off grid basically for an entire month, or for the entire year, all summer.
Oh, nice.
Collected rainwater. We eventually built. Let me find that picture for you. We eventually.
And you stayed up there?
Yeah. I got a camper up there. like I said, we just pull the cord out, pull the Jenny out, fill it up, plug it in. We got a little canopy hut over the Jenny so it doesn't get messed up in a rainstorm or anything, and it works. Let me see if I get this other one open. But yeah, like I said, we lived up there all summer, and it was great, man. Let me pull that. And so that water tank that was in the background, we ended up building a water tower for that one.
Oh.
And that was just stuff like that base. We found it in the woods back in the property. So we drug it out, set it there. We found a hardware store in town that would sell us pallets that they had stacks of for like $1.50 a pallet. And we just went with a trailer and loaded up as many as we could fit on the trailer and then paid the lady. And that's what we used to do that. We built the walls for our greenhouse out of it. We built a front porch for the camper. We built like a deck station, a deck to like stand on the back of the camper if we want to do the outdoor shower. That's an option too. So we just loaded the whole place down with pallets, man, and we're going to use it to build compost bins and stuff this year, and utilize a lot of pallets. So I mean, they come in great, man. You can build all kinds of stuff with it. But that water tank, like I said, put it up high. So that's at the end of where we ended up putting the greenhouse. We would mix our newts and everything there in a great big tub that would drain out of that tank of just clean water. And then we would pump it from that tank on the ground and hose it into each plant.
Huh.
Still need a Jenny on cloudy days, septic in, no well yet. Yeah. So we, as far as the septic issue, we, like I said, we have a camper. It has a bathroom, a shower, a toilet, heat, propane, all the amenities of a camper. But we're just not hooked up. So we have a portable septic tank that we will drain the camper into, put it on the trailer, take it to the truck stop that's about 20 minutes north, and they have a dump station and a water fill station. So after I found that out, I have 4 of these water tanks now. I can take one on my trailer, take it to the truck stop, fill it up with water, take it back, pump it up to the water tower, and do that a couple of times a week. And if we're having a drought, it comes in really handy.
Oh yeah, right.
So, but like I said, man, it's been an adventure. It was all a learning curve. The biggest thing that we learned was everything's not as easy as we thought it was going to be, or as cheap as we thought it was going to be.
Oh, portable dump station works well, says Kim.
Yeah, I mean, it's convenient for when you're out there, and we don't have the means to move the camper all the time to like take it and dump it and drain it and refill it. So we had to figure that out. So I mean, just every time we hit a problem, we just had to figure it out and make it happen, get around it. And the guy in the picture right there is my buddy Jerry. He was with me most of the time for the whole season. And he just kept saying, man, hey, if we're not learning, if we're not failing or messing up, we're not learning. You know what I mean? So take it in stride and figure it out, bro. Let's get it. And that's how we figured out most things. And we're able to get out of there this year with anything. So we were lucky and blessed. Right. Learn on the fly. It's the best way.
Right. Well, thanks so much for coming up, Chris, man. Jade kind of stuck her head in and waved up at me. We could tell me it was dinner time. My ventriloquist buddy, Tim, came with his puppet to eat lasagna with Jade and us.
Right on. Yeah, it's my daughter's bedtime. It was her birthday today.
It's her birthday. Time for you to go adult, hang out with her. Dude, thank you so much for taking your time coming up today, dude. Oh, man.
No problem, man. Thanks for the invite. I'm glad I got a chance to come up and hang out with you, man. I've been seeing you around the community. It's nice to see you getting out there more and more, man. And it's nice to have that, like you said before, that comical relief every now and again to just kick back to. So thanks,
right.
Man.
Life is what life is, man. Yeah, thanks, dude. Oh, Kim says good show too. Good show too. So go follow Chris Fisher over at Purple Heart's Garden, and make sure to follow these reels right here of what other shows are on the IWK 710 Daily Sesh throughout the week. And thank you all for having a high night, and go have a great time doing whatever it is you do when you're not watching puppets and stoners on TV.
That's right.
Are you a Northern Ontario resident searching for credible information on cannabis as a medicine? No Sir is here to help. Established in 2013, Northern Ontario Cannabis Education and Resources is here for you. No Sir Director Kim Cooper brings you 45 plus years experience utilizing cannabis as a medicine and is spreading the education across the North. Activism, resources, referrals, and more at No Sir. Don't be a jackass. Say no sir to cannabis propaganda with No Sir. Find us at www.nocer.ca. Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at knocknetwork.com. Send us a message on our social media platforms or email us at info@noknetwork.com.